Hello all. Welcome to our channel. In this video, I will be discussing uh, the solutions of GATE 2010 Food Technology paper, Engineering Sciences paper. So, in this, we will discuss the solutions of this paper in two videos. So, this is the part one, which we will discuss few questions in part one and remaining questions in part two. So, let us start. 1.82, that is option A is the right answer. Units of viscosity are K, consistency index R. For normal viscosity it is Pascal second. For shear thinning and shear thickening fluids is Pascal second to the power n. Right. So the unit would be Pascal second to the power n, and that fluid would be shear thinning. Identify the amino acid tyrosine from the following structures. So we all know amino acids are building blocks of protein. So there are different types of amino acids are given. In this we have to identify the tyrosine. So tyrosine comes under aromatic amino acids. So there are three aromatic amino acids: phenylalanine, tyrosine and tryptophan. So if you look at the structure of this tyrosine, it contains here the option B is the right answer. It contains one carboxylic group, amino group, and a ring, and then OH group is attached to this. So from this you can see option B is right. So I have given the structures of different amino acids. So students can refer this with high amount of low molecular weight fatty acids will have high saponification number. If it is high molecular weight fatty acids, then the saponification would be low or less. Expansion term HACCP and GRAS. So these are simple questions. One can easily answer this question. HACCP is hazard analysis and critical control point. GRS is GRAS, generally recognized as safe. So more foods are designated as GRAS so that they can be used by the consumers, generally recognized as safe. And HACCP is the safety management system, food safety management system used in food industries. When you reduce the size of the fat, so there many things happen. So one of the things you can easily identify here: increasing fluidity of milk by lowering viscosity. Here it is contradictory to the objective of homogenization. So homogenization, one of the objective is to increase the fluid viscosity by when you break down the fat into smaller particles. So there will be increase in the viscosity of the milk. So the third statement is correctly wrong. Now one of the main objectives of the homogenization is to contracting the segregation. We know fat molecules tends to rise to the surface of the milk and tends form a layer, right? So the main objective is to contracting the segregation, right? Another when we break down the fat into smaller sizes, so there will be more number of fat molecules which lead to the more scattering of light, so for thus improve the color of the milk, right? So we know the color of the milk is due to the scattering of light on the surface of the milk. So when we broke down the fat into very small number of particles, so the scattering will be more and the milk will appear more whitish. So that is also one of the objectives of the homogenization of milk. And by this you can conclude that the second one and third one are not the objectives of homogenization of milk. So there is some extent the oxidation of fat globules is reduced by homogenization, but that not the objective of homogenization. Shelf life of fish can be extended by chilling as it. So we know chilling is the keeping food materials at a low temperature, around 4 degrees centigrade or less than 10 degree centigrade. So how the shelf life of fish can be extended in chilling? We know that when we reduce the temperature, the chemical and biochemical reactions taking place inside the food material reduces. So this is the correct option for this. So you can read the other options also. Reduces chemical activity of food constituents and increases biochemical activity. So both activities will be reduced. Reduces water activity, so there is no role of water activity in chilling. Destroys pathogenic microbes. So in chilling, the activity of pathogenic microbes is reduced, but they are not destroyed. So the option is C. Major spoilage organism of poultry meat at low temperatures are, so this is direct question, Pseudomonas and Acinetobacter. So these are psychrophilic organisms. So psychrophilic organisms grow at low temperature. So they are major spoilage organism of poultry at low temperatures. Pseudomonas and Acinetobacter. Exchange of gases takes place, but here not only fungi, many microbes can enter, right? Shell of egg is non-porous, so the entire statement is wrong. Eggs are contaminated before they are laid by hen, so this is also wrong. The ultimate option is shell of egg is porous and microbes contamination the cell penetrate it and cause spoilage. Match the following. Nowadays in GATE food technology papers, these matchings are given more frequently, so one can easily answer these questions if they know at least 2 or 3 of the options, right? So if you look at, I will read group 1 and group 2 separately. Group 1 is freeze concentration, reverse osmosis, drum drying, freeze drying. So here there are 2 drying techniques. One is drum drying technique, one is freeze drying. Another one is osmosis, reverse osmosis, which is used for purification of water and other juices, or concentration purpose also used. Freeze concentration, where we sublime food material to concentrate it, right? So there are different terminologies used. They have given triple point of water, heat transfer by conduction, eutectic point, radiation, heat transfer, concentration, polarization, right? So from this you can easily deduce that in drum drying the heat transfer takes place by conduction, right? So in drum drying the heat transfer takes place by conduction. So you can see R2. So there are R2 here and there is C. So A and C contains R2, right? Next we will see eutectic point and triple point of water, and there are different terminologies. Triple point of water, we know that triple point of water is at which water exists in 3 states in equilibrium, right? Gas, liquid, solid. So this triple point of water is useful in you can say, it's not here in the given options. You can go for another matching the another option, right? So in this heat transfer by conduction is we have given to drum drying. Radiative heat transfer is excluded here because drum drying radiation heat transfer is not is included in any of these 4 operations: reverse osmosis, freeze drying, or drum drying. So we can exclude this. Then we will see this concentration polarization. So concentration polarization is a phenomenon related to reverse osmosis, in which during reverse osmosis membrane operation, pressure driven membrane operation. At the surface of the membrane, the concentration of the solutes increases compared to the solution in the left side of the membrane. So that causes polarization of the concentration. So this is related to reverse osmosis. So Q is 5. So Q5 here, Q is 5 here also, R2 in PC also Q is 5, R2. Now we have to decide between freeze concentration and freeze drying and given options, right? So these are the options eliminated. So we left with eutectic point and triple point of water, right? So freeze drying, so in their freeze drying, the freeze drying, we know what will happen. We first freeze the food material, then we apply vacuum so that the food, solidified water, that is ice, is directly sublimed to vapor. So triple point of water is related to this. So S1. So S1 is here also S1, here also it is S1. So freeze drying is related to triple point watt. Now we have to interconnect the freeze concentration. So in freeze concentration is ultimately related with eutectic point is ultimately related with freeze concentration. So P3. So P3 Q5 RS21. Option C is the right answer. So eutectic point or eutectic temperature is the temperature at which solutes will be in equilibrium with the solution and solid. So that is your eutectic point. So this eutectic point definition I have given in one of the gate videos, that is food freezing. You can refer that video for this explanation of eutectic point. uh, Group 1 again, group 2 again match the following. So group 1 they have given calcium and phosphorus, vitamin D, manganese and chromium, vitamin K. So they have given vitamins and minerals in left side, and they have given very few functions here. Eliminates elements not needed in diet, promotes absorption of iron, elements that are required in small quantities, promotes that absorption of calcium, essential for normal clotting of blood, elements that are required in large quantities. So there are two given elements that are required in small quantities, elements that are required in large quantities, right? So you can see here simply calcium and phosphorus are the elements that are required in large quantities, right? Pc. So there are P6, A is there, C is there. Similarly, manganese and chromium are elements that are required in small quantities, right? R3, P6, R3. So where you can see here, right? There is only one option is matching, P6, R3. So this will be the answer. But we will discuss other factors also, right? Q, vitamin D. Vitamin D is used helpful in the absorption of calcium. This is, most of the students will know this. So promotes the absorption of calcium. So Q4. Then vitamin K is essential for normal blood clotting, K5. So sorry, S5, S is 5, S is 5. So option C is the right answer.